Y'all ready?
Ready.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the Rose Herd. It's been a minute, especially since we've done a family interview. This particular video I know is one that people have been waiting on for a while, and this is our trip from Virginia to Merida. So if you're new to this channel, then you would not know that we made a decision to drive from Virginia to Merida, Mexico. I know you heard me laughing. While there wasn't really any other option, it did not go according to plan. Even though I had a great plan, and it did help us in a lot of ways, and so we were prepared and knew things that could happen and how to fix some stuff, but I would say most things that could have gone wrong went okay. Yeah.
All things that could go wrong went wrong. All of them.
Yeah. So that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be in two parts because that's honestly kind of what I felt like doing. There was a lot of content. It's supposed to be a week long, 7 days from Virginia to Merida, you know, including an extra overnight stop for rest. We were on the road for almost 2 weeks, you guys. Almost 2 weeks, 10 days, 11 or so to be exact, because we had to leave the house on the actual day if you count that one. So yeah, I think the first thing y'all are gonna see is when we first started planning this move in 2023. That plan that I told y'all about that I was writing out in Google Sheets, I knew that with the vehicles that we had, we could not bring them with us because you can only import certain vehicles, but also for the distance that it is, no one's going to be driving their own vehicle, especially me, because it would have took me about a month to get here, especially with some of the things that we encountered. If I had to drive my own vehicle with my stuff and my dog, they would have been here before me. I'm like, just take the house key and go, cause it's gonna be a while. Cause I'm gonna have to stop every night, and I'm not driving in the dark, which you're not supposed to do anyway. But we'll talk about that later on. So this is the 2020 Ford Expedition Max Limited. I'm gonna put this second row up right quick, but this is the back with the second and third row down. And I'm going to lay in here so we can see how big it is. Did I reach the end? You're at the edge of the back? Yeah. Whoa. So this is what it looks like from the second row in here. This is the 2020 Ford Expedition Max Limited. So my mom is putting the third row back down. That way we'll actually see how much storage space we have. So here, my sister Kendra and I are looking at storage units and comparing different sizes. As you know, we're a multi-generational family. So we have to collapse 3 houses into one household. And so we need to just have a place to put all of our stuff that we are not bringing with us to Mexico. You know, we don't know how long we're going to be in Mexico, if we're going to come back to the States or not. So certain things like family heirlooms, you know, that we don't want to travel with, like a giant china cabinet or certain pictures, we're going to leave behind. So she's just marking out the space with her arms for width and how long it is to see if it's enough for what we need. Oh my gosh. So this is December 2nd, 2023. We're in the consolidation phase of combining households before our move to Mexico. About to go take some stuff to storage. Having a look-see-loo. Got all of these boxes and things to unpack but also store at the same time. drama is happening in the back, and let's go fix some stuff. All right, y'all. So today is moving day. After the movers started getting here last night, and we are finishing up today. They're packing us up. Grandma's here. She's tired. Doggos are outside. Things are emptying up. We're freaking out because things aren't exactly going according to plan today. So much stuff to throw away and give away. Mom's here. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
I tripped again. It's kind of my MO, you guys. Emptying out. We head out on the road on Friday. And I don't know if you guys, you ever moved. When you're at home, you'd be like, oh yeah, everything has its place and you have stuff. But when the movers come and they start pulling all of your crap out of the closets and corners and crevices, you're like, oh damn, I had all of this here. So we're just walking through, saying goodbye to the house. A lot of things that aren't making it this round. Sister's not here right now, but y'all, I'm stressing out. I feel like I need a little outside time for a little bit. I'll be back. All right, guys, we are all moved out. We're gonna drop some stuff off at the dump, and then I'm gonna pick up the family. The new owners are already here and ready to move in, but we are saying goodbye to the house. We are very much behind schedule, but we are working it out. Yeah, very much behind schedule. And you can't see me behind the camera, but yes, I am crying because I'm very sentimental about stuff. But I know that this move is going to be great. I will see you guys when we're on the road. So one thing that you guys will notice in this video is that something or someone is missing. Who is that? Someone? Family? Grandma? Justine? So as we were moving, like literally on our last day in the house as we are moving out, we realized that we got a lot of stuff. So much stuff. And so with all of that stuff that we needed for when we got here in Merida, we didn't have any room. And so on that last day, we had to make a decision to leave Grandma behind. It was very, very spur of the moment. I was like, Mom, call your brother and see if she could stay there. Because we didn't have it. And that sucked. Yeah. I'm a big baby. That sure that comes to my grandma. And because it was so sudden, I'm like, wait, hold on, she's not coming with us. I was crying. So, and I was about to leave my suitcase, the big one, of clothes with her. I was like, oh, we'll just, fly her out with that stuff. It ended up being more stuff. Suitcases. For her to come back. And even still, as we're leaving, we still had so much stuff, no room, that we had to ship things via DHL on move out day, give away stuff, and throw away stuff.
So much stuff. Did you include the picture of the truck?
It's coming after. But the truck she's talking about is we got a 15-foot U-Haul to help us transport stuff that we were giving away, for donations to different places, like furniture and clothes and household things, but also trash. When it got down to the end, we were like, yeah, check it. So
leave it behind and throw it away.
Yes, also with that, so speaking of leaving behind, we hired movers to help us because we shipped some stuff here. They did not do a great job, and unfortunately, they missed cabinets and a whole bunch of stuff. One of the like a complete bathroom, like they just did not touch, and so there was so much stuff left behind, like our dining table, that was from like my nana. We've had that for forever. We've had it in the house with the family since like the 50s. My grandma's china cabinet, like stuff like that, that you're not just gonna throw away or give away, got left behind. They broke my dresser going down the stairs, like so much stuff that they missed. And so we just ended up giving stuff away to friends or just throwing things out completely. And we filled an entire 15-foot U-Haul of trash.
Stuff that went to the dump.
Stuff that
15-foot U-Haul stuff that went to the dump.
We couldn't give it away because we didn't have time, and so we ended up just throwing it away because we couldn't give it away. We just ran out of time.
Yeah. That sucked though, because there was some stuff that was like, oh, we need it, so like we'll have to buy over while here in Merida, and some stuff we just don't need, like the little green thing. We don't have no carpet in this house, so.
But the 3 slippers that went to the dump, we could definitely use tile floors.
Yes, if you move in here, add that to your list. Bring your own slippers, because they have a version of it. Don't really like it. But my vacuum is shipping, thank God, because even though there was no carpet, it's like everything shows up on the floor. But yeah, so we had to leave ground behind, and then we had to ship stuff via DHL. 3 boxes, big boxes, worth of stuff to make room for the 3 of us, and the 3 dogs, and all the stuff that we brought here with us. And we packed up the inside. I mean,
Wall to wall,
floor to ceiling, on top of the roof, plus a small cargo carrier in the back. We were packed up all the way. Like that right side sliding door, we didn't open that. The whole 2 weeks that we was here, if you needed something, you rolled down the window so that you could reach it because you couldn't even open the door. Things were packed all around, packed under the floor, under the seats, like poor Tallulah's ashes were under the seat in the van on the way. But yeah, we just had so much stuff, necessary stuff, not junk, that we needed so that we wouldn't have to start completely from scratch. Once we got here, I know we had talked about a few videos ago, like some people that came with like 2 suitcases and their hopes and dreams. No, that's not it. So we wanted to make sure that we were comfortable here. Some stuff that we had planned on bringing, like couches, whatever, we didn't, and we replaced once we got here. I'm gonna talk about that in another video. That is also an adventure of getting furniture here in Merida. So keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, so the next parts, that is what happens here. Alright, so we got a little visitor in our video. It's Diamond. You know how just a few seconds ago I said that everything that could have went wrong. Day 1, moving day. We were supposed to be on the road by 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys driving towards Alabama, and then packing just took so much time. We're like, no, we should push it back to like 6:30 or like 9 o'clock, and then just drive, whatever. That didn't happen because we didn't leave the house until like after 1 o'clock. Then we went to DHL, as you saw, and I was there for like 2 hours, partly waiting on them because they took that U-Haul to the dump and then had to return it and then get a lift to where I was at out by the airport. But yeah, that took 2 hours. And then we're like, oh, we're hungry. We had to go to Wawa. So we didn't actually get on the road until like 6 o'clock p.m. So remember that was 2 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 9 a.m. When did we actually leave? 6 p.m. So we finally were like, we're on the road. We'll just drive until, we get tired and then stop somewhere. So what happened, my mom? What happened?
Kendra was driving first.
She was, and then it was her turn to rest.
And then she drove for about an hour, 2 hours or so.
To North Carolina.
And then I started driving, and as we were going down 85
South.
I saw this truck, and I was like, "What is he doing?" And I was like, "Has he lost his mind?" And I heard Katrina go, "Oh my God!"
Oh my God! Playing solitaire, you guys, and I just happened to see lights of an 18-wheeler next to my window, in the passenger front, lights, and then his lights were here, and I saw his red cab, and I'm like, "Oh my God! Oh my God!"
And so we're going down the road, and then, she screamed over, I looked over, and I was like, "Oh, he's coming over," and we had no place to go, and I said, "Oh, Jesus." And so I started moving over, but of course, we have that cargo carrier on the back, so the van's going this way, and the cargo carrier decided he wanted to go this way, and so the cargo carrier is dancing, and all I'm thinking,
down the highway, that's all I see is the sign of the highway, like this, and I'm calling on the name of the Lord.
And I'm like, "Don't crash in the guardrail, don't crash, don't crash." That was my thought. And then we finally got off to the shoulder-ish and stopped. And
I burst into tears because, as I also previously mentioned, I'm a big baby over here. I just flew. They're already out the car. I'm in the car sobbing.
I'm upset because I finally got it now. 40 minutes of not driving.
And then all of a sudden, this guy comes up out of the way, and he starts giving directions, and he was just like, "Do this, move your car, da da da."
And I was like, first of all, I had an attitude with him. It wasn't necessarily with him because I don't know where he came from. I didn't see him pull up, and he was like, "You almost caused an accident right here." I'm like, "Bro, we are the accident. What do you mean?" And he started like giving directions. I'm like, "Who are you?" I was like, "We're trying to stop my heart from falling out of my chest." Still crying on the side of the highway, and he was like, "I hear you." He was like, "I'm just late." He was like, "I'm here to help." I was like, and this man came out with all the tools. Definitely former military or a cop or something.
He called 911, even though we'd already called. He called 911 as well.
Put out the little cones, flashing,
flares, lights.
Yeah.
It hit his strobe lights, so he put on the road because it was dark and
cold. It was so cold.
And yeah, very windy, and I had no coat. And so pulled off, so we finally got all the way off to the shoulder, and we're picking up things off the highway because things were flying
on both sides of the highway.
And things were flying off the highway. Police showed up, and he came, and shout out to the officer too, because he was really good and really kind to us. And the guy because he clipped our cargo carrier, he clipped it as well with his truck, and we think he felt.
He tried to say he hit us, y'all.
He said another we hit him.
Or yeah, that we hit him.
And that's how it's taped on. And I say duct taped piece of bumper is how it came up.
That doesn't even make sense because the bumper is in the front that fell off, and the red of your cab is on the back of our cargo carrier. So make that make sense.
But we digress.
Do we? Do we?
So that was the original. So this is like midnight. Was midnight on Friday.
Literally midnight.
Yeah, and so
Day one, we made it to South Carolina.
North Carolina.
Is it? Oh, it sure was, y'all.
We made it
Greensboro.
We made it to Greensboro, and that caused a major delay of like what, 4 days?
3 days.
We left Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it was stuck
Sunday,
for
Monday,
3 days.
Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah. So that was its own adventure. 3 days of dealing with rental car and insurance and body shop and figuring out stuff like just being delayed. I'd already booked like some of the hotels for our trip in advance, so having to call them and cancel and make sure like they didn't charge it, which one of them charged us, but I ended up getting that back a couple days later. Just all type of stuff. Like we had food like in the coolers that we just like had to rearrange, and the dogs were stressed out. Huey had his issue, had to take him to the vet. Like there was a lot of stuff along the way.
Sleeping in the car.
Yeah. So that first night of the accident, the insurance people had the tow truck take us to the body shop. They were like, "Oh, they open at 8:00 a.m." Unbeknownst to us, they open up at 8:00 a.m. on the weekdays. Weekdays. It is a weekend. So we're like, "Oh, but that's in a couple hours." So we're like, we don't have anywhere to go, so we'll just guard our stuff because we have the crates sitting on the parking lot in front of us, and we slept in the car.
In the cold.
In so cold. I mean, we had to keep starting up the car, turning on the heat and the seat warmers, and then turning it off. And when I tell you my teeth were chattering, because it is October in North Carolina, but we had this random like cold front during this time, beginning of October. So it was like high 50s at nighttime, sleeping in the car, and it was the worst. So we had to go walk. At one point, and the other one we were like, "Nope, Uber," because we had to go sit so bad. And the Uber to like the gas station, and yeah, it was not a great night. But in the morning, it got better, and we'll get there in a few seconds. We get to get Miss Crystal Snowflake back tomorrow. This, however, it's first trip, and it ain't coming back with us. This is also ours, and we got 2 crates that they're keeping in the shop for us. But everything's a mess. We're gonna have to repack it, but at least we are all together. We're not hurt. Dogs aren't hurt, and that's what matters. We're 3 days behind schedule, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there in one piece. I'll see y'all soon.
So as Trina said, things got better in the morning. So we spent the night in the parking lot of the auto body shop where Toto dropped us off. Katrina and I had to take an Uber in the morning to go and try and find the bathrooms, since there was nothing that was nearby it that was open at all. So first place we went to, bathroom was closed, so we had to go and walk in the cold in my t-shirt and shorts to go and find a bathroom, and we got an Uber back to the auto body shop.
Yeah. That Bojangles, we were really hopeful about that Bojangles being open, but it was on a college campus, which was a weekend, so it was closed.
So things we learned about Greensboro is a lot of stuff is closed during the weekends.
Yes, except for that Shell gas station, which was one of them ones with the bathroom on the outside. Thankfully, I had my bathroom bag, so I could the entire things down, toilet seat covers, everything.
Make sure you get some of those if you're coming here.
Very important to have. Just for also being in Mexico, not all of the toilets have a toilet seat lid on them, so they're good.
Not the lid, the seat.
But that just doesn't fit in one lid, that too.
Yeah. The part the boys lift up. That part.
So once we made it back to the auto body shop, the owner, Mr. Travis, thank you so much for being our angel. So Midtown Body Repair in Greensboro. If you guys anything, you live in Greensboro, that's the man to say. He was, I would use the word the godsend. Because I said before, they were closed on the weekends. And he just so happened to have an interview with somebody that morning, which is the only reason that he showed up. And so once he finished his interview, he was so gracious enough to, not only take the van and our crates, because they couldn't sit on the cargo carrier, into the back portion, hold on to it for the weekend, and then kind of just look over it on Monday when they actually open, as well too, at no additional cost, because that weekend, the whole weekend, was a big surprise additional cost for us having to spend on meals and hotels for the weekend. Ain't no dogs, that means pet fees as well too. And so his help us was definitely, I would say, invaluable. That weekend we got the rental car and we were able to move about as well too.
Right.
So big thanks to Midtown Body Repair in Greensboro.
Yeah, no, they were definitely above and beyond. Like, everyone there was super, super nice. And with the issues with the insurance, where they're like, so, they had to have an appraiser come out to see it, or you could do like a digital version, which I wanted to do, but their system wasn't working, so they needed someone to come see it. And they're like, oh, we probably won't be able to get in and out to see it until Tuesday. And I'm like, dude, we have to go. We're trying to drive to Mexico. Was like, we left Friday. You say you can't get anyone to come see it until Tuesday. That means we'd be here the entire week. But the team there, like, they did everything that they could. They got the carrier off for us and disposed of it some type of way. They stored our stuff over the weekend. They did all of the checks and photos that we needed for the insurance, and then just did like a slight repair because the lights at the top got broken. So I was like, we need to get on the road. So they have this heavy duty like clear tape and cover the lights so we could go. And then charged us nothing, not a thing, for 3 days, keeping it safe for us, fixing it, going through the entire insurance process for us, and then didn't charge us. And we also got some really cool shirts out of that as well too, because the whole business, supports breast cancer awareness and research due to the loss of his mom. So everything is pink with accents of black, which is super cute. So everything that they do there is in honor of his mom, which for those that don't know, my mom and grandma are both breast cancer survivors, so that's a cause that's really close to our heart. So we love that as well. So if you want to support them, I'll put the link to the organization that they support in their area, as well as the information to their business in the description box or in the comments, as well, so you guys can support them.
This was an angel.
For sure. But after that, we were able to get on the road Tuesday. We were able to get on the road and get all the way out there. I think we stopped for the night in Georgia because we were still leaving a bit later on that day from North Carolina, so we got to the end of Georgia, almost to Alabama. Yeah. That wasn't a great hotel. Big scary. But I was so tired, I almost half my brain just shut it out. It literally just shut down. I was like, shower, lay horizontally again, because I knew that the next day, I was like, this is going to be a big driving day, because we're just in Georgia. That means we have to get from here all the way to San Marcos, Texas, the next day. Which we did, and it was awesome.
We did.
And then Alabama has Buc-ee's. They're expanding out of Texas, so we got one of those as well too. Brisket taco and coffee. Coffee and Dr. Pepper helped me along on this trip a lot.
I've never drinking so much caffeine as I have.
It doesn't start the day or end the night, because they all just kind of ran together eventually. Afterwards, we didn't know what was in store for us. But y'all see that in a few. All right, y'all. So we are in San Marcos, Texas, right across from the Outlet Mall. This is where we stopped to spend the quote unquote night. We got here at like 3 o'clock this morning, and we're about to head out after our little mishap. A friend of Kendra's was able to put our new cargo carrier together. So we're going to go pick that up from her house and take the U-Haul back. Here with Posa, she's enjoying some air. And just reload our stuff in that and head down to Laredo. And then we will cross the border into Mexico in the morning, bright and early, so that we can get to Matehuala. So I will see you guys then.
All right, so as Trina said, that we had to make a stop in San Marcos. So originally we were only supposed to spend one night down in Laredo. Because her carrier was destroyed, we had to reorder another one from Amazon. Big thank you to my girl Leanna and her boyfriend Patrick. So I sent it to her place out in New Braunfels, and she put it together for us. So it was all set and ready to go. All we had to do was pick it up and put it inside the U-Haul trailer for us to exchange out once we were able to drop off the U-Haul.
Which was a lot more than what we thought it was going to be as well too. But yes, thank you to Leanna and Patrick for putting that together. All we had to do was pull up at her house and be like, "Hi, it's so nice to meet you for the first time. Thank you for this giant favor." Because we put that joker together the first time, and then I had to fix it again with my uncle, so I know how stressful that was putting it together. But yeah, we just got there, we met them, put it inside the U-Haul carrier, and we were out. But once we got to the U-Haul, I was like, now we have to take everything out of the U-Haul and part of the van and put the carrier on and repack it. The guys there were kind of useless. So that wasn't very great. But going back, speaking of U-Haul, back in Greensboro, when I tell you everyone there was so nice, the guys at that U-Haul were so excited for us making this trip. They gave us a discount on the U-Haul for us. So that was amazing. I think we saved like almost $100 that he took off for that because they just wanted us to get there. And so like everyone was great. The guy has a car rental place, Enterprise, that's right next to Midtown. Was like super nice. They might got the deposit back for the rental, even though it was being paid for through insurance. Since I had to pay out for the deposit, I was like, I got that back. Like every person that we met was like literal angels. Literal angels.
Even the lady at the hotel that I checked in with, she was so nice.
Yes. So I was like, because we had to keep extending because we didn't know how long we were going to be there. And then giving us the late checkout. Like amazing. So thank you to the city of Greensboro. The city of Greensboro, Midtown. I'll definitely come back there. La Palma, Dominican restaurant in Greensboro. Oh my God. You guys, I'm going to put a picture here of the food that we had there because it was amazing. It was so good. If I ever find myself in Greensboro again, yes, that is where I will be with them because it was so good. Yeah. After that, we had our U-Haul, and then we were down to Laredo.
Just in the middle of nowhere. I didn't realize how middle of nowhere it was until we drove down to Merida.
Yes. Which y'all are about to see right now. Okay, y'all, so we are at this U-Haul in New Braunfels. We returned our little trailer that we used to get us from North Carolina to Texas. Kendra's friend from the Army and her husband or boyfriend put this together for us, and we just put it inside the carrier. And then we had to take everything out, put this on, and then we're gonna stack our stuff back in this, cover it up, and get on the road to Laredo and get some rest before we cross over the border tomorrow to drive to Matehuala. My sister was very gracious to allow me to get this video, and I'm gonna go back to holding this plate in place so that we can get out of here because it's hot. Bye. All right, y'all, we are finally on our way to Laredo, Texas. We're about 2 hours away from Laredo. Just want to get some beautiful scenery. Hopefully y'all don't see any dead things on the side of the road because there's a lot of those, deer and coyote alike. But it's just a beautiful, quiet road. Thankfully we'll get there before dark because there are no lights on this road. Y'all can see. All the doggos are asleep in the back. My semi-conscious sister in the driver's seat. See, we're fully packed up in here. Hey, Mom. Tomorrow's crossing day. I'm a little bit nervous. We're gonna get up early enough. Make sure we got all our documents in order in our little folder that we have in the front seat. Hopefully we get to cross without incident. Okay, so after the whole U-Haul situation and to Taco Cabana, we were on the way to Laredo, Texas, which is where we stopped before crossing the border the next day. Yeah, that was an interesting night. I think we were just so nervous and we were tired at that point. Like, we didn't even have dinner.
That was an understatement. We didn't eat real food. We did laundry and we ate the food that needs to be eaten in a cooler so it wouldn't go bad and be in the trash.
Yeah, so before we had left, I did some on the road meal prep, made like some egg bites and bacon and sausage, and I made like these homemade meatballs or whatever for the quick. Thank God. Because when there's like in Greensboro and stuff like that, they got ate. All of them. So that night, so we ate what was left of those meatballs. I think she had an open bag of Lay's chips in her bag that I finished. And I opened up that bottle of apple juice that I had. And I know you guys finished the meatballs, but what else did you eat?
I had ramen. I bought ramen from the front desk people.
Oh, the little store in the hotel?
Yeah.
She got money.
Look, I need to eat.
Hotel ramen. I think I was already in the shower by then. We did the laundry. I was awake for the beginning part. Fell asleep before the laundry finished. Thanks my mom for folding my clothes. Because I was out, gone, dead. So nervous about the crossing. Like, what if they tell us no and we have to go back but we're homeless? I was like, everyone done sold their houses and their cars and quit their jobs. Myself. I was like, where do we go? I was like, doing all the planning. I was like, do we have the papers? Are they right? How much is it going to cost? What do we do? And, we had did our, paperwork before. And I was like, are they going to take these FMMs or not? Because it's, days later than what we were supposed to be crossing. Just so many feelings. Like, what were you feeling?
I said a little bit nervous again too because you don't know. We heard all the stories of, them having to take everything out your car and heard, just all kind of horror stories about crossing the border and, so yeah, my nerves were shot out and it was just like, and I was tired and it was just a lot of feelings of, the what ifs for me. Just like what if this happens and like Katrina says they said, oh no, you can't, they turned us around.
Because they were like, we know what election you're facing. Why are you really coming here?
So yeah, that was a big thought of, if they turn us around, where do we go, what do we do? So we shipped stuff already through DHL. I was like, okay, so our stuff is in Mexico. Yeah, so that was supposed to be there ahead of us, plus the stuff that's, that we're shipping, via freight, that's coming. I was like, they tell us no, what happens to our things?
Send to me like this.
You were just where? Like, what are we going? What are we doing? Yeah. Not driving across the country because.
Where should we go?
Texas.
Brother, where are you now?
My brother does live in Dallas, but yeah, I don't want to live in Texas. So, again, did that already.
And for me, the biggest thing, I was really tired, just exhausted. I was able to we did a lot of driving, and by we, I mean me, did a lot of driving. And just being nervous, you know, we packed a lot of stuff into the van, into the cargo carriers, on top of the roof, and having to pull all of that out with 3 dogs, on top of that too, 2 of which you are not always people friendly.
Mine never. Never.
As well too. And so being able to just, if that happens, and then having to sit and having to redo all of this stuff on the other side of the board and put everything back in. And I mean, it took us forever the first time. And so yes, like we got a better system and idea, but as many times so we had to unpack that thing. I took it about, by time 6, I had a pretty good system in place, back in the van together.
Yeah. But that's where we're gonna end this video. In the next one, we're gonna take you with us to the border, through the border, and through the country of Mexico. So make sure I had a lot of stuff for y'all to see along the way. Yeah. Anything else to add?
It's beautiful.
It is pretty.
It is beautiful and scary and
Dusty.
lovely and everything. But we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.